So are we calling this a range day or is this bullish?
It's definitely sideways, but as of right now, we could see either or, right? We could see
Yeah.
the support here hold and continue this bull run. Right now, this nice structure bullish support we're seeing, or it could hold this area of resistance and start to press down. So, two areas it's going to try to touch. Now, I haven't seen it touch the overnight high and the value area high as of yet. So right now, it's probably best to consider the longs right around the previous day low into previous day close and overnight high. All right, that would be the best opportunities to try to consider the moves for. If you want the shorts, it's obviously here, and what you're trying to do is press that previous day low and take it down here. You see where the value area low and the overnight low is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where your two trade ideas are going to come from. Now, nice support. We got right now 9:30 to about 10:30. We have an opportunity for this thing to press the overnight high and the value area high. That's what our opportunity is. But by 10:30, if the market does not press through the overnight high and that value area high, we're going to see this drop and come right back down to this area right here. So as of right now, we have the continuation, right? So what we call this is a initial balance move. So volume sitting right up here, markets coming towards the volume would be the initial balance move. By 10:30, you're gonna have if price doesn't break this balance, you're gonna have a rebalance move, which means that it will then take its movement from here if we haven't broken it and then move it all the way back here to the downside. So that's why a lot of times you'll see off the first hour, there's more of an accumulation of positions, right? Versus an actual directional trend move. But in this case, we could see, right? We can see the market moved up and is continuing to potentially try to press right here through this area. So if you guys want the trades, I would highly recommend you go long for right now into this area. And then by 10:30, if you've seen that the market hasn't broken this, then you can try to short it back down. Right. But we know where all the resistance is sitting, right? You zoom out of this a little bit, you can see where the top areas of resistance. So there's a strong, solid zone of resistance that comes right in this area right here. Right. So as price gets right into that area, that's where you're going to see a lot of sellers start to step in, right? So don't want to do is we don't want to get ourselves chopped in between. Got your two clear levels of support. I'm just going to highlight it for you guys, and resistance. Those are two clear zones, right?
Yeah, because we're right in the middle of everything right now.
So as price drops here, this is our exhaustive area. Well, at least know, right? So I'm long. I at least know that in my trading for long opportunities, I know, okay, well, got some movement into the point of control. We can see it's right at those 08s. Right. My next level is 17. And my final target will be trying to target that value area high, overnight high, right? Sitting right around those 20 to 28s. That's what I'm going to be looking for. But the only places to get long is right in this zone, right between this zone here. All right. So saying like, oh, it's going to target 96. Why? Because right here, 93 is the previous day low. So we know that there's a lot of buyers sitting right in this area. If we target somewhere, if we get a nice bounce here, it's going to try to push right back up. Right now, when we zoom out of this whole thing, our perspective is bearish, right? We can see that price action has not broken some pretty clear resistance levels, which is all the way up here. However, we did break this peak down here. Right?
Yeah, but to me, if you ignore that drop and rebound back up, all of it's still running around the range.
Yeah, absolutely. If you ignore all of this information, sure, right? But what you don't want to do is ignore that information, because what you do want to try to pay attention to is where the market's going to come to that could potentially continue in this direction, right? So in order for price to really get a nice bullish move up, it has to break this strong top here, right? Would have to do that. So the best areas for us to get short is more than likely going to be right around here or right around this previous day close as it comes to the bottom of this support area, right? Right where the lows are,
Mhm.
taking that to short it right back down. Right? So we know, okay, if you want to try to do this whole bearish move, cool. When we're going to start to do the bearish move, that's important as well. For me, I'm going to probably try to start the bearish move right around 10:30 if I see that price still couldn't break this level down up at the top, right?
Hmm.
As of right now, my whole idea for my morning trading is probably right when we get to support, just take my longs right here, and right there, right? Because I at least know, okay, well, two things. One, I wonder if here's my prior peak, right? Price is already above that. Price is using support above that. And the next level to take it to is this prior peak up here, right? So it's like trading from level to level almost. But I know that for that very first hour, I know the type of trades that I'm going to be willing to take and where I'm trying to go with it. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
And so I'm not going to be short, long, short, long, short, long, because that's just going to waste my time, frustrate the hell out of me. I'll take my shorts right around 10:30. I'll take my longs right now. Right. And I'll just be done with it. Doesn't work, doesn't work. Oh well, who the hell cares at that point? Now, but I at least know for whatever time frame that I'm trading, I know the type of trades that I'm going to be trading based off of that information that I see. Now, you don't need all this levels and stuff. You could literally take all that information off and just look at structure and say, okay, well, I see a strong area of resistance just sitting right in here. Right. So if I want to be short with this whole downtrend, when do I want to start taking those shorts and where? Right. Where is going to be my areas to take them? One thing about the open and the first hour is there's strong respect off the previous day close. All right. So if price continues to hold the previous day close, that could be your very first area that you look to try to, take it back down. Previous day close will move about 10 points from where it's at. So if it's at 17 and it rejects 17, it will move to 07. Right? We know that for sure because it happens all the time.
Mhm. ES runs in 10-point increments.
Mhm.